Hello. For this problem, they want us to divide and express in lowest terms. When you're dividing, we can change this to a multiplication. So when you're dividing by fractions, you need to change this to a multiplication and flip the second fraction. Well, also, because these are squared terms, we need to factor everything also. So I'm going to factor at the same time as I'm going to flip the second fraction. So looking at the first one, to factor it, because there's a number in front, you could use x. We multiply. 4 times -1 is a -4. So we want two values. When we multiply, we get a -4. Because there's a number in front of the squared term and it won't factor out, we need to use it. So 4 times -1 gave me the -4, and we add to get the middle value, which is a -3. So two numbers, when we multiply, we get a -4, and when we add, we get -3. A +1 and a -4. When you multiply those, you get the -4. When you add them, you get the -3. But because we multiplied this 4 in, now you need to divide it out. So 4k and 4k. This one won't reduce, but this one will. It'll reduce by 4. So we have -1 over 1k. That means that this one factors into 4k plus 1. And this one is 1k minus 1. Of course, since it's a 1 in front of the k, you don't have to show it. Now we do the bottom. Again, there's a number in front. So if we use our super x, 4 times 5 is 20, and it's a +20. So we want to multiply to get 20 and add to get our middle value, which is a 9. 10 and 2, 4 and 5. So 4 times 5 gave me 20. Two numbers that multiply to get 20, 5 and 4. And when I add them, I get the +9. Again, I multiplied this 4 in, so now I'm going to take it back out. This one will not reduce, but this one will. It'll reduce by 4 again. So I have 1 over 1k. This one, 4k plus 5. And this one is 1k plus 1. Now these two are flipping, so if we look at this top one, this is perfect squares. Remember, a squared minus b squared is a minus b times a plus b. (16) is 4 squared times k squared, minus 1 is 1 squared. Drop off your squareds. 4k minus 1, 4k plus 1. And we're moving that to the denominator. 4k minus 1, 4k plus 1. And we're flipping it, so now this one's going to go on top. Again, there's a number in front, so we can use our x. 4 times 5 is 20, but this is a -5, so it's a -20. We want to multiply to get -20 and add to get the middle value, which is a +1. 4 and 5 again. We want a +1, so +5 and a -4. Since I multiplied this 4 in, I need to divide it, 4k. This won't reduce. 4k plus 5 is that factor. Then the other one, this will reduce again, negative 1 over 1k. So it makes 1k minus 1. So first you had to factor everything. Now when you're canceling, because this is multiplication, you can cancel, but you can only cancel one from the top and one from the bottom. If they're both on the top, they cannot be canceled. And so we can cancel this 4k plus 1 with this 4k plus 1. And then we have a 4k plus 5 and a 4k plus 5. These two k minus 1s are both on the top, so you can't cancel them. And then these two. And so your answer would be, there's two of them, k minus 1 squared over k plus 1 times 4k minus 1. And that would be your final answer. If they want it all multiplied out, then you'd need to FOIL it. If we FOIL k minus 1 and k minus 1, we get k squared minus k plus 1. And if we FOIL this one, we get 4k squared minus k plus 4k minus 1. Which would be k squared minus 2k plus 1 over 4k squared plus 3k minus 1. I would accept both answers. I'm not sure if my math lab will use the factored form.